Hi there, I'm Lisa Carling, Director of Accessibility Programs for TDF, also known as Theater Development Fund. TDF is a not-for-profit organization dedicated to bringing the power of the performing arts to everyone. We are located in the heart of New York City, and perhaps best known for the iconic red steps that are part of the TKTS booth in Times Square. Expanding access is one of TDF's core initiatives. We provide a wide range of services for theatergoers with physical disabilities that include audio description, open captioning, sign language interpreting, and accessible orchestra seating. TDF's Veterans Theater Going program that serves over 2,000 veterans in New York City provides a limited number of tickets to Broadway shows to veterans and ensures that when they attend, their accessibility accommodations are met. TDF's Autism Friendly Performances program presents Broadway shows in a welcoming, supportive environment for children and adults on the autism spectrum or with other developmental or cognitive disabilities and their family members and friends. Slight modifications are made in the production that include reduction of jarring sounds, eliminating strobes where possible, cutting out lights that pan into the audience. We leave the house lights slightly up. They remain on during the performance. We provide quiet and activity areas in the lobby in case any audience members want to leave, take a break from the show. It's a lot of accessibility services, and we're proud of them, and we want to welcome all audiences to them. So what have I learned after all these years of implementing these programs? There are two takeaways I have for you. The first is, quote, "Nothing about us without us," end of quote, which became a slogan for the disability rights movement. It is so imperative that you involve people with disabilities in all your programming. They are your audience. They will help you with the design of it and the success of it. For TDF, some examples are with our specially scheduled Wednesday matinee performances for students who are deaf or hard of hearing. We provide open captioning and sign language interpreting. We always use a deaf director to coach our interpreting team. We always send a deaf teaching artist into the schools for pre-performance workshops with the students. For our autism-friendly performances, we rely on consultants to suggest modifications for us, and we rely very heavily on one of our consultants who is on the autism spectrum. He's worked with us for many years. People with autism, self-advocates, they are an important part of our volunteer pool for autism-friendly performances, which attract so many people. We have a mailing list of over 10,000 households for autism-friendly performances. Another example would be people with hearing loss who really depend on that captioning. We have a core group of steady audience members who go for the captioning, and we really rely on them to say, did this sign placement work, or could you read the text display from over there? And they're really important when you're facing a challenging space with three-quarter seating, such as Lincoln Center Theater's Vivian Beaumont, or the Public Theater's Delacorte Theater Shakespeare in the Park. The other takeaway I have for you is repetition. And what I mean by that is do everything you can to get accessibility services into the standard services for audiences. Work on getting that into a theater goer's psyche, that we get very used to signage that tells us where accessible restrooms are, where you go to pick up an infrared listening system, and use those logos. When people look at a schedule of performances that their theater puts out, wouldn't it be great if they could see very clearly when the theater is doing audio description, when it's doing sign interpreting, when it's doing captioning, when it's scheduled its autism sensory friendly performances? Let it be the norm. Let those accessibility services be part of our theater going experience. And the other thing I wanted to leave you with is the importance of training. Every time we do an autism-friendly performance, we do cast and house staff trainings, and we let everyone know who's involved with that performance how to welcome an atypical audience, what to expect, what their responses are going to be to a show. We help raise awareness. We help raise acceptance. We help create a welcoming experience. And so many ushers have told us at other performances that, you know, when they are covering a typical show and they have neurodiverse audience members mixed in, instead of reacting in a I don't know what to do way, they are prepared. They understand. They understand that different behaviors are just fine. And that's what we're all about, making theater accessible for everyone. The last thing I wanted to say was, perhaps you are caught up as we are in equity, diversity, inclusion conversations in your organization. If this is the case, please include people with disabilities as part of that effort, because we want equity and we want representation. We want more of it in the theater industry. And actually that's true across the arts and cultural sector as a whole. So those are all the nuggets of wisdom I have for you. Please be a catalyst for change. Thanks.